Welcome back to yet another tier list. Today we'll be going over buildings in Clash Royale.
Wait, didn't we already do buildings?
That is correct. We have already done buildings on this channel. If you haven't seen it already, go make sure to check it out before watching this one. But since recently, Supercell has done some balance changes and totally switched up most of the buildings in Clash Royale. So we will be going over them yet again. The rules are the same as last time, except we are going to be booting Cannon Card off the list since it is technically not a building. It is considered a troop. That being said, let's just jump into the tier list, and I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like. We are going to start this list with the cannon. The cannon is a street elixir building, and it's basically only attacks ground, and it is really good. Recently, that Royal Hogs deck has popped up, making the cannon even better. It is really annoying now. Personally, I think the cannon is in a pretty good position, so we will be ranking it pretty high. That being said, we're going to put the cannon all the way in A tier. Next up, we have the mortar. Personally, I haven't been seeing too many mortars in the game recently. I don't know why. It seems like a pretty good card in my opinion, but I guess it's not very popular. It has a blind spot in the middle, which can be a good and bad thing. It makes it easier to lock onto your opponent's tower, but at the same time, it can't defend against itself. But I guess it's more of a good thing than a bad thing. And also against Electro Giant, it does a pretty good job since it does not attack Electro Giant at all. I'm gonna say, since it's not used too much, I'm probably gonna rank it as just a C tier. If it was used more, I'll probably rank it up more, but the usage rate is just a little bit too low, and it is a win condition. You kind of have to build your deck around it as well, which not the best for building. Next up, we have the Tesla. The Tesla is a pretty good card. Until recently, it has a 10% hit speed reduction, which basically means a level 14 Tesla now has the same DPS as a level 13 Tesla before. This hit speed reduction is notable since it can't exactly defend as it used to, and it isn't just as juicy as before. I'm gonna say, with this recent update, since Tesla has kind of been nerfed a little bit, it was good before, but it's okay now. Is it the best? Probably not. It's gonna be average. Tesla, we're just gonna say Tesla's gonna be a C tier, since it's just not as strong, it's not as reliable, it's not as good anymore, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're going to jump over to Tombstone for the time being, but next up we have the Goblin Cage. The Goblin Cage got a tiny hit point nerf. About 20%, I believe, I don't quite remember. This isn't very noticeable, but it is kind of noticeable. Basically, the cage is really squishy now. The brawler is as strong as ever, he will destroy anything. But the cage just doesn't last as long. It's just not as tough. I mean, honestly, the cage is practically the same. It's just a little bit weaker against spells, technically. So, it didn't get too much of a nerf compared to previous cages. So I'm just gonna say, the cage is in a pretty good position at the moment. We'll just rank it at a solid, I'll say an A tier. It probably shouldn't be that high, but I think the Goblin Cage is still pretty good, especially since Brawler is really tanky. It's basically a knight plus a shield for only 4 elixir. It is a very good value. Alright, next up we have the Bomb Tower. Let's just say B tier. Honestly, I'm not even gonna go over it. B tier, Bomb Tower, you deserve B tier. Get over there. Get over there. You're gonna have a great time at B tier. I don't know. You might want to put it down a little bit since it's kinda sucks. It's okay, but I don't know. Next up, and this one is interesting, we have the Inferno. It has a slight buff. Is it any better? Honestly, I can't tell. It's the same in my opinion. It can hit a little bit faster, but does it help? You just really want to target tanks. That's all the Inferno is good for. The Inferno's okay. I would say probably just C tier, since beatdown is really suffering this season. No one's using beatdown, so Inferno doesn't really have a use in this meta. Now, if people were using beatdown, Inferno would probably be around A or maybe even S. Are they using beatdown though? No, everyone's running hog, which is mildly infuriating. So until then, we'll just say C, maybe even D tier. Just C actually, C's fine. It's good. Except we're gonna go over to all the spawners at once, since they're kind of in their own category. Okay, so recently the spawners have taken the biggest hit out of them all. They don't last as long anymore, but they spawn faster. This has been a good thing and bad thing for some spawners. Some spawners have been buffed with this. Others have been nerfed. Supercell, I understand what you're trying to do with the spawners. You're trying to make them nice and better. You're trying to make them more balanced, basically. So stuff like Furnace and Goblin Hut, I understand completely why you did this. But you did not have to ruin all the spawners all at once, man. Supercell, I understand what you're trying to do with these ones. You had a good motive. But Barbarian Hut was already bleeding, and he just stabbed another knife in his back, and then you decided to just get a chainsaw and start to saw it down. And basically, I'm saying is Barbarian Hut is suffering. We need to help Barbarian Hut. Donate today if you want a better Barbarian Hut. Let's rank these buildings. Tombstone. Oh wow, that was quite the buff. Tombstone's really good now. So that's gonna be S tier. Congrats on being our first S tier Tombstone. Next up we're going to rank the Furnace. The Furnace, it has a death spawn now, so it can be annoying. It can be good. Furnace is okay. It's actually kind of good. So we'll just say it's an A because it's pretty good. I'm not complaining. Goblin Hut. Yeah. Goblin Hut, got more of a nerf. Not good, not great, not bad, not terrible. Goblin Hut, I'm gonna say you deserve a nice B tier. You get a nice B tier spot. Just for you, Goblin Hut. There we go. I know. Just for you. Last but not least, we're gonna be talking about the Barbarian Hut. You make me angry, Supercell! Supercell, the Barbarian Hut is trash! You destroyed the card. It has nothing going for it. The faster spawn speed just destroyed it. It did not help it at all. Let me tell you, do you know what happens with these faster barbarians? You might think having more barbarians on the field would be better. That is not true. Barbarians suck. And stuff like Bulwer, Wizard, Sparky will be able to counter the Barbarian Hut more since barbarians are just running into they're just suiciding into it. The Barbarian Hut's just complete trash! Supercell, you gotta fix it! This card is garbage! You know how bad it is? Do you know how bad the Barbarian Hut is? Okay. I made a nice reasonable list here. It was gonna count everything, and it was all good. We got, you know, S to F. It was okay, but Barbarian Hut, let's zoom out, shall we? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what's that spot down there? Oh, it's the Barbarian Hut. There? Barbarian Hut, you can go, get out of here. Just keep on going down. Perfect. That's where the Barbarian Hut belongs. Seriously, Supercell, we need a new Barbarian Hut. It's really bad now. Can I get a buff maybe? Can I get a rework? Please, Supercell, fix the Barbarian Hut. Fix it! Fix it! Fix it!
That day, David walked into the abyss, never to be seen again. Well, until he realized he had to finish his video. Then he returned, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that works.
What's it called? The Elixir Pump. The Elixir Pump. We'll check that one out as well. The Elixir Pump is a very good card. It spawns 8 Elixir for 6 Elixir, so you will be thinking, this card sounds amazing. I'll have you know that it is, and I love it. The card is super good now since they balanced it for the better, and I kind of really appreciate how you kind of actually gain Elixir now. It's quite a shock. I'm surprised that they actually, you know, fixed it. So when I was recording this, you know, it was a few months ago, it was a little bit outdated. The card sucked, but after these changes, it is doing pretty well. It's actually good. So if we have to rank it now, I would say it would probably be a B tier or maybe even A tier since you actually make Elixir. It's not completely trash now.
Thanks, Supercell.
We're moving on to the epic buildings. What do we have? We got the Goblin Drill. Goblin Drill. Goblin Drill is not good. I'm sure you might get one Goblin hit, but then at that point, just get Goblin Barrel. Goblin Barrel does the same thing, but it's instant. It doesn't have to just chill in the background, trying to be like spawning things. No, I'm honestly gonna say Goblin Drill is not in a good spot right now. So it's gonna go with Elixir Pump. We're gonna say Goblin Drill is gonna be a solid D tier, as in David. Subscribe. Last but not least, everyone's favorite card in the entire game, we have the Expo. No. Get off the list. F. Get F. Go to. Oh. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to. But I can't get to the F tier. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to go over this time. I don't want to go over this time. It's too many bad memories. The carnage. I hate Expo. No skill. Expo's no skill. Tesla deserves a nerf with Expo. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Wow, you're still watching the video, guys. That means a lot. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. That would mean so much to the channel. That would help support us. And we will keep making videos if you guys keep on watching them. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, to consider leaving a like. And I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully we'll make another tier list. Hopefully it won't be as echoey this time. Hopefully you have a good day.